Paperwork 232167. What is it? Over. I thought that maybe it was going to be a V pronunciation because two W's like that is a tongue twister, but
Oddly enough, it is in a foreign language the equivalent of beer.
oh, okay.
Beer. That's right, beer and water, Your Honor. That's what it is. It's a
Okay.
normal drink, and that's why he's here today. You gave your name to the judge. We'll waive the reading. Ask the court to stand and be and enter a plea of not guilty.
Court will waive the formal reading at your plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment and ask the pretrial counsel.
Your Honor, the city attorney has made an offer of the added count of operating while ability visibly to impaired driving visibly well compared to the added count of indicating blood alcohol was 0.08. And I'm sorry, I got stumbled over that, but impaired driving, the added count, the original charge will be dismissed. 0.08 is the blood alcohol level. And when the court takes the plea, I want to make sure Mr. Barr understands that he is on a heightened type release on federal parole. And he understands that if he were convicted of a felony, he could go back and do the last 2 years of his term. He's already spoken with his probation and parole officer about this incident and the possible consequences. He's aware of that. He will indicate that he was speeding, that he drank before he drove, and he's ready to plead.
Federal parole, you said?
Yes.
I can't understand. I can't hear what you're saying.
I was released 7.5 years early. I have 2 years left. We'll celebrate 3 years now.
Well, what are you on parole for, sir?
I had 52 counts of bank robbery, 27 counts of armed robbery, great bodily harm, less than murder, kidnapping, and torture.
But no drug driving, Judge.
Okay. And how much time did you serve, sir?
24 years.
I can't hear you. You're speaking very, very lightly.
I was out and then on bond and then went back. I was back and forth through the courts. I used to run. I'd post bond and take off every time. Face up to my job.
Okay, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Is somebody's phone ringing? Oh, okay. All right, and sir, you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
Correct.
And as the amended charge of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead? And you have gone over your advice and rights with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you signed that document.
Yes.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes.
You also understand by entering into this plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights.
Yes.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency, and specifically for your purposes, you're a federal parole agent.
Yes.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea.
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
Any immigration issues?
No.
Okay. And so were these originally in Third Circuit Court and it ended up in federal court? How did that? Because on your criminal history, it seems to be what
it's in a height of.
You're sentenced by a federal judge, is that correct?
Correct. And then they went, then they did my state time. They dismissed over that,
okay.
those three.
So in addition to your federal charges, you also had state charges. And then, okay, because I showed no contest that you pled, and so then that time ran concurrent with your federal time.
Correct.
Okay.
Probably a Robert Ludlum novel in there somewhere, Judge, when you look at it's a couple of them, I think.
I'm sorry, you said you served how much time?
I was all together. It was close to
Okay,
It was a
now math was not my major, but
20,
I can tell you that,
it was a 20 or 10 straight. And then there was like 5 year, 3 years.
okay. When did you first start serving your time, sir?
In federal was 97.
And so how much time did you serve before you were first released?
10. First released here. I mean, from the state. Federal was 4 and then went back. Then they did put me in county jail as federal.
Okay,
10.
because my confusion was based upon the years that you
Right.
were charged or arrested on the the state charges. That would have put you in prison, in federal prison when all this occurred, but so you were out some of the time and then you reoffended.
County jail released me out back to work. Was it Dickerson?
Absent a court order, when the court order did not say to release you.
Correct.
And then upon your release, then you committed additional offenses.
I was young.
Okay, all right. All right, counsel, if you can please run to your client.
Yes, sir, on the date in question in the city limits of the city of Wyandotte, we were operating a motor vehicle.
Yes.
And prior to operating that motor vehicle, you had alcoholic beverages to drink.
Yes.
Do you remember how many you drank and what brand of alcohol you drank, or at least what type?
I had one Long Island iced tea and a shot.
Long Island iced tea has at least 4 ounces of alcohol, you know, is that correct? You would guess. If you were told that, you'd understand that, and you had a shot of some other liquor. And then you were stopped by the police officer because you were speeding.
Yeah.
You believe you were speeding in part because your ability was impaired due to the consumption of alcohol, and that affected your ability to drive with good judgment and prudence. Is that correct? And then the officer administered the test on the road and then gave you a test at the police station. You're not disputing the .08 as the collective result. And you understand that's per se evidence of being intoxicated, and you collected the impaired count. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you're not questioning the stop or the consumption of alcohol or the reason for the stop or the fact that you were impaired.
I'm not questioning.
Okay, it just so happened for your client that he happened to turn from the police chief and caught his attention. So, all right.
Chief is well known for that, Your Honor. He is on duty 24 hours a day. He will stop everyone.
And you're stipulating the .08?
Yes.
Okay. The court does find the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the amended charge, dismiss the original charge per the plea agreement. We'll schedule this matter for sentencing.
Did he post a cash bond, Your Honor, on?
He did post a cash bond.
You're still working for Mr. Shepherd for his son? We have some ties to the community. We just need to keep the bond.
Does December 19th work for sentencing counsel?
That works, Your Honor. That works for us, Your Honor. We'll be here at 8:30.
All right. And sir, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Possibly.
All right.
Do you have a valid prescription? I can't hear
I
you.
work at occasionally, do maintenance, the plants.
Okay.
So
are you saying that you would test positive because you're working there or because you're using it?
oh, I tried a gummy during hunting. So I went up to the hunting camp to cook and help out the guys, and I tried a gummy there at the
Okay.
and that's the only thing I ever. But that was right. I haven't touched alcohol since that incident.
Okay.
Prior to that incident, it's been over 18 years since I drank.
All right, and, where were you at? You went to a hunting camp?
Yeah,
Where was that?
in Clare County. Houghton, just below Houghton.
Okay. All right, and you didn't, and you're saying that you didn't do any drinking during hunting camp, you were just a cook?
Yep, I just cooked.
All right. The court will continue your cash bond. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. Is that a condition of your parole as well, sir?
Yes,
So you're on federal parole, and now you used alcohol, and now you tried a gummy.
I was slipping.
If you're that curious, wait.
Hell, we have 2 more years.
Well, yeah, I mean, considering the 24 you've already done, 2 years seems to be nothing, right?
Correct.
So you don't want to go back. So then stay on the straight and narrow. You don't have any room to deviate.
Right.
Have a seat over probation, and somebody will be with you shortly for your.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, you as well.